I didn't forget.
But did you forget the score?
I'm updating that right now.
Yeah.
I didn't forget this time, actually.
Ah.
Okay.
He's learning, chat. He's learning.
Puppypaw versus Lucifron. Now, Lucifron is a bit different, I think, from his brother in the fact that Lucifron, from what I've seen, is willing to play aggressive, but he's also more willing to play the more passive long game as well. Whereas whenever I watch Vortex, I always see him very aggressive, very rarely play for the long game, but I could definitely see Lucifron doing that. Though he is Delhi, and it is against China, so that's a very tough matchup for Delhi here. So we'll for those this matchup, Puppy's gonna be feeling good going into this game. He's the Chinese. Delhi struggles against China, and as long as Puppy can not lose to a sacred site victory and secure a good economy, he should be in a very good position depending how this goes.
Yeah, and it's very rare, right, to see the Delhi. I don't think I've ever actually seen Delhi actually go for a second town center with the keep change. Just having village fortress, just well, yeah, just having 3 town centers with a keep and just pumping. But it does take some time to actually get to that point. While the Chinese can go to TC Song Dynasty and get that early going. It's quite actually tough for the Delhi to actually defend against a proper ramp push because it does take some time to actually build up a decent sized army to defend against it. So we'll have to see what Puppy.
Oh, for Puppy.
Is. Yeah.
I think by the time a Delhi ramp push can come, Puppy should be solidified with his, having a good army. I think generally you don't want to.
Oh no, sorry. If Puppy does a ramp push.
And generally, for Lucifron, he'll have time to get the military out. It's whether he gets Castle Age in time, because if he does a prolonged feudal, that favors China very, very heavily. So, well, just because those Zugu, once you get that mass, horsemen don't do anything, archers get melted, and it only gets worse as it goes on. And then we do see Lucifron going up with the Tower of Victory, which is no surprise here. And
yeah.
what do we see? Ooh. Oh, nope, I know what Puppy's doing here. Forward Barbican to deny a sacred site. Very standard for China, and it's a really smart play because it allows, it prevents Delhi from getting all 3 sacred sites and putting you on a timer. And that's the biggest, that's probably the only advantage Delhi would have if Puppy was to place this Barbican back in his base.
Yeah, it does. It is 150 gold a minute denied, right? It's kind of a bad Barbican, but only the fact that there's no other resources you do really save up. Like, yeah, you save up, or you save up a wood line. But, because, again, right, if it was a deer, if it was a boar, if it was a gold somewhere close to the sacred site, you would be really happy with this Barbican.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, right, is you just wanted to deny the sacred site. If there was deer, yeah, it'd be nice, but it's not the biggest end of the world for China. The main goal of this is to deny that sacred site. Just gives him more time to, get his economy settled, his military mass going, and not have to worry about, all the other fun stuff, the countdown, being like, okay, I need to do that. I have 10 minutes, and then it's like, oh, wait, I only have 2 minutes. There's keeps on all these sacred sites, and I don't have enough time to take one.
Yeah, it's like you can't supervise the clockwork tower, so you can't get those trebuchets out quickly, and now you're just kind of crying. And, yeah.
Yeah, and we do see that finishing up. I anticipate that we will see the Imperial Academy coming up shortly. He just needs 30 gold. Now, if he just takes this tax, which he's going to, and then Imperial Academy will be going down, and Puppy's going straight for the forward deer here. And there's the Imperial Academy.
That one is a little bit surprising. Probably just don't want to waste more time on the walking. Just kind of take it up and start going through it.
Well, it doesn't hurt. The thing about Delhi is they do have a typical slower opening, right? Usually they don't have horsemen out, for another 30 seconds or so, and we do see the first stable coming out. Because usually you go blacksmith, then you'll either go stable or barracks or whichever you do. And we're going to see a a little wall here, so this will kind of help keep this food even safer, because now the horsemen have to go all the way around this side. So not a bad move by Puppy here.
Yeah, so securing up the food. I mean, not that he, again, right? Not that he really needs to, because he still has a lot of food at home with those berries, with those deer, with those sheep, I should be saying. And yeah, no efficient production coming in from those horses, so won't be spamming them out as quickly as possible. And again, right, that's the thing with going the Tower of Victory. You either have to drop a second mosque, which is 100 woods that you kind of don't want to use on mosque, or you can make the second one from your only mosque and just garrison it and have that one going.
Yeah, and yeah, that's exactly it. That's why I'm personally a Dome of Faith believer. I don't really feel like that plus 20% matters that much against China, but that's just me. I'm not at Lucifron's level, so I'm not going to say my move is right. But
Closer than me.
But, 35 seconds till Sanctity's done. He should be able to secure the ones on the sides no problem, because again, if we look at Puppypaw's position, he's just now getting his stable done. He's actually going for a second TC, so there should be no threat to these two sacred sites here for Lucifron.
Yeah, we'll have to fight for them though. Puppy will not give them up for free. Definitely should. It's a little bit difficult, right, because of the second town center that he's going. It is spotted out, which does give Lucifron a lot of safety in taking the sacred site, because you know that there's not that many units on the field.
Exactly. He's going to know there's not a lot of units, so he's really doesn't have to invest that much to defend his sacred sites. What I anticipate Lucifron doing, he's going to take these two sacred sites, probably not going to make too many units, would be my guess, and just go straight into Castle Age. That way he can, doesn't have to worry about the Mazugu. Or it is Lucifron. You never know. He might try to do a ram timing as well.
Could do, absolutely. I'm a little bit actually surprised. I mean, I understand. Yeah, okay, that blacksmith can't. Please. I'm a little bit surprised actually that Puppypaw does place the town center where he does place it. I feel like if he placed it a little bit forward, he could have very, very easy and quick access to two gold and two gold and one stone. It's a quite nice position there. And, like, yeah, you don't get the tax, but
Yeah, I mean, I see the argument for it, but yeah, this is, it's very typical to place the second TC in the base, because you just want that supervise as well. And you don't want the villagers to put their resources at the town center, you want them to put it at that. And here's an attempt to deny all this sacred site, but it's not going to work. There's 3 horsemen by Lucifron here, and he'll have that sacred site here in just a moment, and there we go.
I mean, to be fair, that's like 20 gold denied, I guess.
Yeah, you could say that, and here's definitely a big mistake by Lucifron. He is not getting his blacksmith upgrades. He got the 1 ranged armor, and then he hasn't started any others. So he has 2 blacksmiths, 1 hasn't done anything the whole game, and now they're both doing nothing.
Yeah, and it's like the argument, like the only world, right, where the argument would be not to do that is, well, I don't want to cancel my blacksmith upgrades in case I need another one. But here at Delhi, you don't care. They if you cancel them, they save the amount of research left, so you don't care.
Yeah, it's a case of forgetting in this game, which is very, very, very painful when you realize that, because upgrades take a while. 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh, it's finally queued up one, queued up another, so we will finally get them going. But could have been a research in the box before another one was done.
Yeah, and we see, 5 horsemen trying to raid. They're not going to be able to do much under town center fire. We see more archery ranges coming out for Puppy, so we're going to see more Zoogs, more horsemen, and we're not really seeing too many units. It looks like Lucifron is going to be going Castle Age here, which is, again, what I'd expect. Get those knights out and the compounded defender.
Ooh. I'm surprised.
Yeah, so it's kind of how I expected. I mean, because the other nice thing is that with the compounded defender, once you get those keeps up, you can come back in that villager count really quickly as Delhi.
Yeah, of course, again, right, it's the same as pretty much any other civ, just spamming town centers. It costs a lot of wood, right, and the only good thing for the Delhi with the keeps and spamming them, you do secure up resources quite efficiently and quite hard as well.
Well, if you think about
But-
it, they're cheaper than town centers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they're stronger. So it's like it's a win-win. And that's exactly what I imagine that Lucifron is gonna do. Now here's the downside again, to not having that Dome of Faith, right? He only has 2 monks, so instead of grabbing 4 relics or 3 relics at once, he can only grab 2 at the most. And 1, if Puppy's paying attention, which he's not, he could have sniped that scholar, and that would have been really painful.
Does have a scholar in queue though. I think he added a second. I would say he added a second mask. No.
Nope,
Oh,
he's
he
still on 1.
Still on 1. So yeah, still take some time, right? And with having, as you hovered over there real quickly, like 6 minutes for getting village fortress. It's still slow, but with having scholars garrison, but it's a lot quicker. Of course, again, right, having the timing, it takes a long time to get a keep going anyways, so you don't really need to rush the research that much.
Yeah, exactly. Because by the time you get a keep, like you might have to wait another couple minutes. Lucifron is not on stone though. He's decided he's just gonna invest and get more food. Very.
Yeah, so we will get out some knights here, some lancers.
Yeah, was expecting the lancers, but Puppy's pretty much walled up. He might be able to make it. It'll be close.
Yeah,
he could theoretically make it through here, but if Puppy's paying attention, actually
Chinese
even
build speed.
Yeah, Chinese build speed doesn't matter, and this will probably be built before it can.
No way, he doesn't even need to pay attention. He still just gets it because, well, Chinese build speed. Oh, okay, it does. So it does quick wall it.
Yeah, and he's putting a little bit of wall because for those who don't know, it only has 12 health if you just quick tap it, which means it gets burned down with one torch. So that's why he built a little bit before. And the sacred site is taken away. We do see 3 relics about to be for Lucifron here, so that's kind of nice. But we're not seeing any stone being gathered yet. So, yeah, there's 4 minutes till this goes, but you want to gather some stone so you can start plopping down those keeps. Because he's floating a lot of wood, right? And he's got 11 villagers on wood. I'd take like 5, 6, put them on stone, and then, go from there.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? As the deli, because you naturally get all of the upgrades, unless you forgot, it's quite quick to actually gather that 640 for the stone. Because, again, right, you have the upgrades.
Yeah.
So you don't need 20 to get a keep up going, right? You don't need 15 on wood, right? As you were saying, you just need 5, 6, 7. They're super efficient.
Yep, where you see the blacksmith upgrades coming in, and do we have eco? Okay, yeah, okay. Lucifron didn't forget any of his eco text. This, was deli. It's a very common to happen, so nice for them. But we do see Puppy's military is at 50 to the 19 or the 18 of Lucifron here. Now again, it is lancers, but 12 spears against 7 lancers it's going to be fine for Puppy, especially with the Zooks, where he has 15 of those, which isn't a big mass.
He's gonna be quite happy with that, right? And he's done a really good job spreading out. Just again with the Barbican, the middle sacred side really wasn't any question. That would be his regardless, but he's doing a really good job and kind of punishing Lucifron for not having the military number to actually defend if he wanted to.
Yeah, and here's the scary part. China has now hit the castle age. We see a 35-6 villager lead for Puppy, so his economy, he doesn't have a farm transition done yet, but once he starts working on that, he still has these deer, he still has a boar, so it's not like he's rushing for it, but he does want to start transitioning soon. And now he's going to probably have, Nest of Bees coming out, Springolds, it's only going to get scarier for Lucifron here as the game goes on. And we do finally see 8 villagers on there, and we still have 2 minutes until Village Fortress is complete.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit longer, right? He has gotten some of the military upgrades through, but it does, again, it takes longer because he doesn't have the Dome of Faith. He hasn't invested into making a mosque. He hasn't invested into making 130 gold scholars, so the research takes a really long time, and well, can't even take any longer because it's literally max right now. Puppy only saving grace right now. Lucifron has a window to try to take an engage here. Lancer's trying his best to get onto the Shuginu mass. Will be doing a lot of damage here though because of the fact that those Shugnus are not yet upgraded to Castle Age. No military upgrades for Puppypaw at all right now. So he's just gonna have free reign. Nice charge there as well in the middle of that fight to just get them all in. Puppypaw's Shugnu mass completely evaporated.
Yeah, and this is looking really bad for him. He's now down by 20, no, yeah, he's down by 20 military. He may have an eco lead, but he doesn't really have the military to combat this. There's a raid over here that's killed like 5 villagers, maybe more.
Right.
We're seeing more villagers being taken out. Army's dying. I mean, that villager count's still 30 ahead, but can Puppy hold this? He has a Nesta B on the way. There's still lots of Lancers. You know, there's a big stream. 4th relic being taken by Lucifron. Units running through the Barbican. You know, that military count's just getting lower and lower. Oh man, this is looking terrible for Puppy.
Yeah, this is pretty rough, right? And it's the consequence of not having those crossbows. And I do have to say once again, if that town center was where I wanted it to be, right between those golds, he would be still gathering resources right now and still be able to actually make some units. Because right now the only thing he realistically can make is siege.
Oh, and this clock tower might be... Okay, it is not going to be sniped. He got it out in the right way. And, you know, we're seeing... Oh, here comes an archer that's killed. Like, this Barbican's getting some good value, though. It's hurting every unit. It's getting a couple a couple military kills here and there. And Nesta B's coming down, getting a nice shot. It does have spears as protection, so these Lancers can't just dive on this. So, and a second Nesta B's is on the way, and that may be enough to repel this army.
Springald emplacement, though. Oh, first of the keeps will be dropped on, well, the stone. Of course, remember, it is a town center, right? So you don't actually need a drop-off point because it is a drop-off point. It is a proper, full town center, except the fact that you can't get textiles, I think. But yeah, keep now on the front of this base of Puppypaw looking to try to defend his front here.
Yeah, and Lucifron's doing a great job. He keeps taking a Lancer. You know, he's looking for places to raid, and he's gonna... I mean, there are spearmen chasing, but, you know, there's 28 villagers on food here, and, you know, Puppy does have the boar still, so he's not completely out of food options yet, but, you know, if Lancers get over here and deny this, that's going to be very painful. We see the first keep from Puppy as well. And a third Nesta B's incoming.
Yeah, it's Nest of Bees, right? So it will be doing a decent amount of damage to those Lancers if they're able to be kept at distance, and yeah, gonna be gathering up more and more stone here. Try to get something going here with a little bit of a keep creep. Really wants to close off that wall, but the issue is it didn't have enough wood to actually, well, close it off completely.
Yeah, and so here's a mistake from Lucifron, I think, in the fact that he has gold, right? He has 1,800 gold in the bank. He should be dropping a Siege Workshop, getting Springolds, because if he gets Springolds, he takes care of the Nesta Bees, and his army doesn't get hit like that. Because right now he has no way to deal with those. And the military count has dropped now. Now it's 40 to 32, and he has no way to kill those Nesta Bees.
Yeah, like the only real way, right, is having those knights or lancers just completely dive onto the Nest of Beasts, but you have so many spears there that you're actually able to defend that off. And again, right, there's no Springald on the front here. There's no siege for Lucy.
Yeah, and still not seeing a Siege Workshop, so it doesn't look like he has a plan on making one. We do see a second keep coming up, so, you know, that villager count is going to start spiking for him very soon. But, man, I think it's a big mistake not to be throwing down a Siege Workshop.
Yeah, he is looking to try to go through or burn through the walls there to try to get access and do some raids there. It's Puppypaw's been walling himself up. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah, those Nesta Bees just absolutely cleaned that army up. You know, he wasn't expecting it. Puppy got another keep up. There's some more Lancer raids over here. There's some archers over here, but look at that military. It's now in the favor of Puppy. And yes, those Lancers did break through, but there's one deer with one food on it. So there's really nothing that matters over here anymore for Puppy, except for maybe the boar.
Yeah, the only thing left is realistically the icon on the map. That's about it.
And that keep is just taking out more and more units. Oh man, look at those. That's like 3 or 4 archers that were taken out by that keep.
Yeah, I honestly want to say though, Puppypaw right now, he did a really good job of defending. Yes, like the Barbican in the long run, despite again criticizing him a little bit for the placements, kind of just didn't do a whole lot except protecting the sacred side in that fight, and with how the walls were, forcing Lucifron to walk through it and taking a lot of damage was really really good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that was the only place for that barbecue, right? So you just wanted it there. And now this sacred site with that keep support, Nested Bees, is going to be done. And I mean, I'm just making sure I'm not blind here, but I'm still not seeing a Siege Workshop. So, oh, there we go.
Oh,
So we
there it
finally
is.
have the first Springald coming out for Lucifron. Definitely something he's going to wish he'd done earlier, because if he was able to take care of these Nested Bees, he would have easily been able to, he might have been able to end the game. But the Nested Bees are the saving grace, and Puppy should be bowing down and kissing them the next time he makes one. Oh, and another keep by Puppy,
Ooh.
and he's going to deny this sacred site, and it secures him a big gold vein. Or does it?
I mean, does it?
There's another keep coming up from Lucifron over here as well, and Puppy has no idea.
Yeah, that's like the that's the only downside of the keeps, right? They don't give the vision that towers do, so you need to build both, which a lot of people don't care about because you don't need to, but still the vision right now. It's kind of sucks. And heresy, right? We just see farms dropped around the keeps because they can be dropped around the keeps because they're literally the safest farms you possibly could get.
Yeah, and I do want to explain a little bit why you see Puppy taking this gold vein, even though he has 2 gold veins in his base and 1 in the back. Is when you get map control, it's always good to take these gold veins because you don't know when you're going to lose them. He's going to lose this here in just a moment because of this keep, and he's gonna have gathered 700 gold from it, and that's 700 extra gold he wouldn't have had once these gold veins are gone. And as we see, he reacts, and Lucifron, he's gonna fight. He's gonna have the same struggle. Ooh, or actually, will he? I don't know. I don't know if that keeps in range.
I believe Control X by default is to swap players around.
Control X? Is it? Nope, not for me.
That's default. That's default.
I only have default. Just putting that out there. Unless you meant Alt X. Nope, I didn't do it either.
I don't know. But
it's
yeah,
okay. I forgive you.
Luckily for him. Luckily for him, though, it's wasn't in range. I mean, not that he actually needs the gold right now, but right now, he's secured so much, right? You see the deli just doing so much with these keeps, with the cheaper keeps.
Yeah.
Just
and look at that villager count.
Yeah, it's gone. I mean, how many keeps do we have now? I would say 4. So we're on 5 town centers.
We have more. He's got 3, 4, 5.
Oh god. Oh god.
I think he has a 6th, but I could be wrong on that one. Maybe he only has 5 at the moment.
Yeah. So, yeah, but still, you're on 6 town centers right now, so you're really just happy.
Yeah, we're seeing Lancers trying to poke in, forced to go back here, and Puppy's still in a really good position, right? He has his farm transition done. Well, for some reason he didn't build a 3rd granary. I'm not sure why he built a mill and not a 3rd granary, but that's another critique we can give him. But as we can see here, though, 38 villagers, 2 granaries. His food income's at 2,100 a minute compared to the 1,000 of Lucifron.
Yeah, and remember, it's granaries as well, right? So the farms, they do work a lot faster.
Yeah, it gives a 10% bonus for each unit by. Okay. Great Wall Gatehouse here. This is going to prevent raids pretty much. Great Wall Gatehouse destroys units really fast, so.
Yeah, I would I don't know. I would want to say I would prefer it on the front side, but then again, having it on the front there, it's gonna put him. It's gonna be very easily taken down by some trebuchets.
Yeah, and we're just seeing more raid attempts by Lucifron here, but not really getting much done. Puppy's really, showing his love for walls here. He's making sure to wall in his farms. This is a good thing to do. Whoops, misclick. And, if we look at Lucifron, he's not really close to that Imperial Age. He is maxed. He does have 100. He has more villagers than China, but still not.
Happen.
No, I mean, you say it shouldn't, but that's the thing with those mass keeps. Once those keep drops come, it's a lot of town centers.
They multiply.
And we're gonna see more keeps. There's 1,500 stone in the bank for Lucifron right now, so he has more keeps he can make at any time.
Yeah, I honestly want to say the only stone mine that Lucifron hasn't touched is the one in Puppy's base. That's about it, really. So he's just vacuuming it up, and we do have Puppypaw slowly moving into some bombards. And, it's going to be try to work down those keeps, see if we can do anything with it.
Yeah, we're gonna see Lucifron here is gonna be going. You know, I'm really surprised at how slow Lucifron's been pushing this. He's been maxed for a while, and he's had 5 Springolds, but he's just been kind of scared to push it. And if you look at
Delhi Imperial, Delhi Imperial, Delhi Imperial! It's real! It's real.
oh yeah, I saw that coming, and he went for the Palace of the
Oh.
Sultan, which gives the Elite Tower Elephants, which if I'm not mistaken, that's the Gunpowder Elephants.
Yeah, boy. So, well, this kind of sucks right now. Only 5 scholars. It will take a really long time, like 12 minutes to get the upgrades. So if the game goes long enough, we actually will see Delhi upgrades. But here we go, right? We do have Springolds on the front side. Could be looking to take out those Clockwork Nest of Bees. Absolutely will, though. Will try to fight back. Remember, Clockwork Nest of Bees in general actually pretty decent at taking down Springolds.
Oh, look at the surround here.
Rain. This is so beautiful by Puppypaw. They are going to be sacrificed to the archers, though, but still giving so much room to those Nest of Bees to rain down on the archers.
And look how nasty
Now-
this keep is. It prevents reinforcements, and it's going to deny this wood line.
Yeah, we'll be securing up that wood line, and now Lucifron has moved out with another keep. Probably will be getting another, but this is super dangerous. Those villagers and those Springolds, you guys need to run because you do not have anything to defend.
Yeah, and these Springolds, by the way, they kind of stopped contributing to the fight, so those Nest of Bees cleaned up that army. Now, to be fair, Lucifron is dealing with this. He's like, oh crap, you know, now there's a keep in my base. He's made a couple trebuchets, so he's gonna try. So he should be able to take this out fairly quickly. Because if you look at it, the stone-wise, yeah, Puppy has 300 stone here, and that's it.
Yeah.
He has no more stone anywhere else in the map for him to gather.
And it's pretty rough, right? Because the entire right side, like 3/4 of the map for Lucifron right now. And Puppy is slowly but surely being starved out. I don't know where those villagers are going, but
I'm thinking he's trying to burn them down. Yeah, he was trying to get around the keep to do it, but yeah, that's not gonna happen.
with textile scopium.
Bombard on the keep here should take that down. And, you know, we're seeing, you know, this keep will be going down shortly. There's not that much stone left for Puppy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, that is definitely going down, but very slowly. Could you quickly just hover Tight Barns for me for Lucifron? I want to say it's like 12 minutes till it gets that thing going.
He has 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we'll see when that one comes through.
I do want to state for the record that Lucifron still has a full stone outcropping here. He still has, you know, 200 stone there, and he has another keep worth here. So he's still got plenty of keeps to drop. If you thought this was the last one, yeah, he's Lucifron isn't planning on letting the keeps go away anytime soon, and there's still 700 here.
Forward production error as well for Lucifron, really looking to secure up this position, really wants to, because the creep from Chinese, it's dangerous and it's quick as well because of the Chinese extra build speed. But 2 bombards will be taking quick work of the keeps as well. Doesn't have the tech to give them more health, I think. Oh yeah, he doesn't yet because it takes so damn long.
Yeah, and we're seeing Puppy's actually struggling a little bit for wood at the wood at the moment. So he's, you know, he's just taking this. He does have this wood line now secured as well. This keep is going to go down, and there's a bunch of horsemen being made over here along with another keep to deny this wood line. And, you know, I imagine that Puppy will take care of these, but if not, this could be a real pain in the butt later on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Navy's just going to burn through them so quickly. It has going to chop through, though, on the side there. Could be scary, could be giving a little bit of free reign. The keep that was dropped in Lucifron's side there has been taken care of, so we'll be getting access and getting more work done on the next keep. And oh, this is kind of rough for Puppy right now.
Yep, he's forced. I mean, he's still got plenty of wood over here in a safer location. You know, taking out these keeps really does free that up for him. And if Puppy wanted, he could almost get enough stone to make another keep.
Yeah, but Lucifron can make 3.
That's very true. And more trebuchets. We're seeing tower elephants coming out.
Hello.
And you know, Lucifron has a nice bank. He has 6,000 food, 2.5k gold. All his Imperial Age techs are incoming. Now, yes, they're like 16 minutes away from finishing, but, you know, if this game goes for 16 more minutes, we're going to see them in action.
And I want to say, oh no, it's the only gold that realistically Puppy can actually
Yeah,
get right now.
Puppy is actually gold starved at the moment. Did not realize that. This is his last gold. He needs to secure either this side of the map for this gold. He needs to secure this so he can gather gold over here. And you know, to secure these gold veins as well. So these keeps are probably going to be going down. And Puppy does have 20, is it 16 or 27 hand cannons? I have no idea. I think he has more. Okay, it must be, yeah, he has 27 hand cannons. Does take out that keep, secures that gold mine. He's going to take out this keep, secure this gold mine. And, you know, Lucifron's not doing too much at the moment. We're not able to push anywhere yet.
And the issue with taking down those keeps, look at the right-hand side, right? Look how much of Lucifron's eco is actually set up on the right-hand side of the map as well, right? It's a lot of farms, and it's a lot of villagers as well, and it's a lot of resources that has been spent on taking this. And now Sacred Site will be cleared up, and that does allow the Puppypaw to actually be able to get some passive gold.
Yeah, and we do see horsemen here. You know, they're starting to burn through. This should take care of it, this landmark, but he could theoretically deny these villagers over here. The landmark, I don't think, reaches this far, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, just wait for it to be bugged. Trust me.
And we do see another keep go down, another keep being made, and he might actually lose this here.
Did that keep actually get completely cancelled? Yeah, it did actually. So the Bombards are able to take it out, but will be taking themselves down with them. And now, once again, Poppy completely started off with gold, will be forced off of it as well.
Yeah, and the raids over here, they did get a few villager kills, not too much. Looks like they got 4 villager kills here, and then died. We do see these keeps being taken out by Puppy. You know, he's doing a great job multitasking. He didn't lose his army over here, so, you know, if Lucifron pushes... Oh, he didn't notice this. He lost every single villager there, and he's lost 88 villagers this game. Oh man, that was very, very brutal by Puppy there
as well. Yeah, Lucifron though, slowly but surely, is losing map control, but is taking over the game. I have to say, these tower elephants really doing some work here, but again, right, the counters, it spares.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Lucifron's build count isn't that much ahead, right? He's at 103. You know, Puppy has killed 52, but again, that's nothing compared to the 93. And, you know, Lucifron is starting to take control. Puppy is struggling to max out, whereas Lucifron has all the gold in the world, all the food. Oh, man. Oh, more villagers going down, though.
Yeah, I have to say, though, right, despite having equal villager numbers right now, Puppypaw somehow ahead right now. Puppy's villagers are actually more efficient. They're doing more work with the granaries, having the Imperial upgrades as well. Finally, Puppy been able to take back some gold, at least a big gold vein that once was his, was taken away, and now is his again. This Hankonen's doing a pretty damn well job of clearing up the mass that...
Yeah, the spears have been really, really good at tanking damage, while the hand cannons have just been deleting everything else. And, you know, securing this gold vein is very, very important. He's about to take this keep out. You know, start denying some wood from Lucifron, but Lucifron's still... Actually, Lucifron's food count has plummeted as well.
Yeah, it's because the fact that the entire right side, which was a lot of the farm setup, completely... Okay, it's gotten slowly...
He's resecured it. Yeah, he's resecured it now.
Yeah, it's taking a lot of time, right, to build back up.
Uh-oh. No defense. This is a dead bombard. We see hand cannons kind of going for a raid, but...
Yeah, I mean, still, right, I mean, Puppy is doing the correct thing, right? It's securing those sacred sites, taking them just... Even if you basically just have them for long enough to get back the gold you spent on making the monk, it's still worth it, because it is passive gold, and it's gold that's not being mined on the map. But it is losing so many villagers, passing 100 villager kills right now in this game for Lucifron, so he is having a party right now, just killing them.
Yeah, the thing is, if you look at the military count for Puppy, I mean, he's been consistently bigger, and in military-wise, I think he's been taking... Actually, they've been taking pretty even trades, if you look at it. I think there's 4,000 more for Puppy, but still, you know, not too bad trades. The thing is, there's no siege to deal with those hand cannons, and there's, you know, 40 hand cannons by Puppy, so... And there's just not enough archers and stuff, so military-wise... Puppy's armor is definitely significantly stronger, but he needs a way to deal with these keeps. And there's actually 4 Springolds over here as well.
Yeah. And we are nearing that Mark Tithe Barns, probably a minute or 2 away. And he has 4 relics sitting in the bank, so we will be getting a lot of passive resources. I don't know what you're doing there, Puppypaw.
I totally forgot about Tithe Barns. You know, we still have 6 minutes till Incendiary Arrows is done too, so it's getting there.
Yeah, I remember just having like a really long game with Delhi, and I just suddenly noticed in the top left of my screen I got the achievement on Steam for getting all the Delhi texts, and I was like, oh, damn.
Look at those units, they're just going for that lumber camp, they don't care about anything else.
Probably a misclick on the A there, but we do have boiling oil right with the Delhi, just getting that one free. Some elephants dealing with the battering rams absolutely do not care at all. It's so hard right now for Puppypaw to even remotely touch these keeps. He can dive under them, sure, but
boiling oil though.
Lucifron doesn't care.
Yeah, that's the problem. And if you look at Puppy's resources, he has 0 wood per minute at the moment because of these horseman raids on the right. You know, he hasn't been able to do that transition to Fire Lancers and raid himself. He's just been under so much pressure from Lucifron. I mean, this is starting to look really bad for Puppies. You know, he can't take out the keeps. He's taking good military trades though, but
yeah, I mean, Hankan is still decent into taking down siege, right? So,
but yeah, I mean, it's that income. Like he's got a bunch of food, but he doesn't have the wood or gold. So Puppy's struggling to max out. He's at 150 to the 190 of Lucifron here.
I want to say start trading, so you might actually get some gold. Oh wait. But yeah, he still luckily has access to the gold. He's been fighting over it, and Lucifron's given up the fight. No keeps there, I think, right, to actually protect it. So it is definitely a fight Lucifron quite easily can take. He does have 3 bombards on the field right now.
Yeah, and Puppy can't make any bombards. He can't make really anything at the moment that requires gold. So, you know, and you know, Lucifron knows this. He knows that Puppy needs gold. So he's focusing his effort on this gold mine, preventing him from securing it, and Puppy just can't take care of the keep because of it. So he's just like, okay, I mean, I'll fight your army, but I can't do much else.
Now Magnol is being mixed in as well. This hand cannon's under a lot of threat right now. Palace Guard being started to mix in, so could potentially looking to get some raids going, but it's so hard to do again with the keeps, right?
Yeah, and we see so much gold. Like, Lucifron has all this gold on the right-hand side. He's got, like, 8,000 gold that he can still gather over there. And, you know, Puppy's just like, please give me 1 gold vein. That's all I want.
Yeah, I think you will have it, though. Lucifron biting off a little bit more than he could actually chew here. And the horseman numbers right now is insane, and they're just going straight for the... Just go around. They're going straight for the bombards right now, and they're going to take down. So it's a lot of resources spent for Lucifron, and that bank you were talking about completely gone except for gold.
Yeah, but gold is pretty important. So, you know, as long as he can keep remaxing, which he is, so his resources are spent, but it's not because he's not, you know, he doesn't have enough. He does have enough to keep himself at max. And that's the important part here. And we see more units coming out for Puppy. You know, Puppy's food is going down, but now he's finally getting that precious gold. Another raid from Lucifron over here, you know, just being very annoying. And, you know, at points of this game, I keep thinking Puppy's dead, but somehow he just keeps fighting on.
Not like relics is a thing, sacred sites, I guess. I mean, Lucifron is doing all the correct things right now. It's just the fact that that gatehouse completely is securing up the entirety of Puppypaw's farm eco.
No, it's my eco at this point.
Oh yeah, it's fair enough.
Although the one thing, okay, we do have a third granary, but it does only have, you know, it doesn't have that many farms on it. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess there's no need for that extra food. It doesn't really have the wood income for it yet. And there we go. Another ram going to just fail to kill a keep, but slowly taken down. I mean, Lucifron still has 648 stones, so he can still repair. He still actually has 282 he can gather from this stone cropping as well.
Yeah, and those 120 that he has in income per minute right now. It's Tithe Barnes that finally has come through. Incendiary arrows, 1 minute left, I think. Roughly.
35 seconds. Oh man, Delhi Imperial upgrades at 40 minutes into the game are coming through.
Yeah, so it really sucks, right? I mean, again, he has 14, I think he has almost 14 garrison at this point. I believe none of them is actually out in the battle healing. Seal, really underrated, or it's probably not even underrated. It's just never gotten, because Seal is a really, really good upgrade for the just never get it. We do our battering rams though, getting through, finally getting some access. Mangonel here could get a really dangerous shot though. Puppypaw does a good job dodging that one though. But now Lucifron taking some damage here, taking some heavy hits here to keep. Probably will go down light beams as you were highlighting there.
Yeah, these are normal rams, by the way. These are not Imperial rams from Puppy. He forgot to get that. I've noticed a lot of players at the high level forget to get that upgrade. So these are not special rams. These are normal rams.
Oh, look at that tower elephant though. That was just...
Oh yeah, no, elephants melt to hand cannons. It's not even close. But I think Puppy is going to finally take care of this ram. It's going to be kind of a big relief. This ram has been a pain in the butt. More raids coming in from Lucifron on the right-hand side, though. So, you know, but he does have spears. You know, Puppy realizes it, so he's sending spears. Why is Puppy not making fire lancers? He hasn't had gold control to do that this whole game.
Yeah, and when this gold is out, right, it's like, I think Lucifron, he's not fighting over this spot anymore because he does know that the gold almost is out. I think there's just like barely 1,000 left in the gold on the left-hand side here that we've been fighting over for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, sure, you can have it, I guess, but still, Lucifron has so much gold left on the map. The issue is he doesn't need more gold right now. He needs everything else, which he doesn't have access to because he can't move out on the map.
And look, another keep going on to kind of deny this wood line from Puppy, but he sees this. He has a hand cannon and 2 palace guards. That'll force a cancel there. He is winning the fight on the left-hand side. The thing is, it's not like Lucifron has been making his own hand cannons, which is kind of interesting. I know Chinese are better, but it feels like it'd be better to start adding in his own hand cannons rather than archers, which aren't training very well.
Yeah, I would honestly make the argument for just like 3-4 mangonels, and then just try to defend them. That's pretty much it, right? Because I mean, he's a Puppypaw, right? Again, right? It's just like just a spread formation.
The thing is, yeah, look, that's why. Because 5 hand cannons take care of mangonels so quickly. And now we're starting to see them both at the same supply here, right? 180 to 170. No, Lucifron's no longer able to max out like he was before. And Puppy is just taking such good trades. Oop, does this mangonel doesn't do much? And
look, they're the micro. It's just so good.
Yeah, Puppy's, I mean, that's all it takes. If Puppy miss micros here, he loses like half his hand cannoneers to 1 mangonel shot.
Yeah, Incendiary Arrows finally completed. The next Imperial upgrade is in queue. Zeal, if you could quickly hover over it before it's completed. The second one, a little bit up. The second one, that one.
5 seconds, yeah.
50% attack speed. 50. You think Tower Victory was good? No.
But
Metro was good.
Oh, here comes a keep drop.
Oh.
Look at this. Although, will this go? Oh no, yeah, I think it will.
Puppy is so quick on that reaction on that one though.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, he's gonna try to wall it, but I don't think this will work.
No, I don't think there's not even enough space to actually get a keep there in the middle though. He will try to pressure some in the middle here, though, try to get
Yeah.
that secret side down. But yeah, those elephants.
And look at that food
Uh,
bank for Lucifron, by the way. He's already back to 2.6k, and he's got so much. He still has 4,000 on this gold vein. Well, this one's out now. And he still has a full gold vein right here. And Puppy's out of gold. He has no gold vein whatsoever. And has Puppy still not gotten that? He still hasn't gotten lightweight beams. Like, I'm not sure. Like, that lack of gold, that's really what's going to kill Puppy here, I feel like. Is he hasn't had a way to get a consistent gold income this entire game.
And I do have to say, isn't it beautiful? Look at the deli upgrades. All of them maxed out. That's
I know,
nice
biology's still 5 minutes away. 2
well,
minutes.
the upgrades on the line. So, you know,
Yeah.
all of the boxes filled out. Honestly, I don't know where Puppy is getting the resources to actually defend this, though. Lucifron just has full control.
It's because he hasn't been losing his hand cannoneers. His hand cannoneers have stayed alive this entire game. He has not been having to remake them because he hasn't been able to. So he's been microing his little heart out, you know, because he knows once he loses these hand cannons, he can't remake them. And as I say that, he did lose a decent amount just now.
I mean, still though, only losing 10 in that fight, so still losing a really good. It's a really good trade, right? Because he did take down a Bombard, he did take down a Mangonel, he forced out something. That's what he's here focusing down the half-built building, but.
Oh, look at these reinforcements coming in from Puppy. 37 spears, 2 more rams.
Well,
and oh, here comes another. I mean, military-wise, Puppy's still doing good. He's just trying to take this out as best he can. Without that gold income, it's very painful. Oh, these are, yeah, I was back. These rams are not focusing the right thing. We do see horsemen being spammed. I mean, because that's the thing, right? Puppy has good food and wood income. He just doesn't have the gold.
Yeah, and as well, right? It's really good. We do see like Lucifron's majority of it. He's just making archer crossbows, right? It's like he's making so. I mean, this is such a wrong move from Lucifron again, right? With how much hand cannons you have and just melting through this elephant. Making more elephants is not the answer.
Yeah, the thing is though, Puppy is down to 10 hand cannoneers, or 11, sorry. Or is that 14? Sorry, I don't know.
That's 14.
Yeah, he's on 14. So he's still not too many. The elephants are pretty much dead. That keep is finally going down, which is going to feel really nice. But man, and Lucifron's spending all his gold. You know, I do agree with you. I think that mass gold spend on elephants was not worth it. He ended up taking out his whole gold bank. He now only has 378 gold. And wow,
and now
7 rams.
I mean, yeah, these rams, right? They will take a lot of
damage. Finally got light wheat beams. So these are good rams. These are Imperial Age rams.
Yeah. And now look at them, right? We do have scholars. They are out to heal. They do have zeal as well, right? So it's 50% attack speed on every single unit they heal. They don't care. But the issue is the Nest of Beasts. They can do really quick work of these scholars just looking here, but they don't really need to because these rams, they're just going through everything that exists in their way.
Yeah, but look at that military count. It's starting to climb into it's Lucifron's ahead by 30. Puppy's spending all his resources, you know, trying to spam as many units as he can. He's gonna lose these 4 rams for sure. And okay, this gold mine's about to be out, and this is going to be, and Lucifron still has 5,500 gold to go. He has 1,500 here, 4,000 here, so he's still got gold. Whether he realizes it is the other story.
Yeah, that is another thing. And now we do actually have Puppypaw's wood line, or well, the rest of it is being under a lot of threat here. It's spent a lot of resources making these rams again, right? But the raids here is really nice from Puppypaw, finding a really good timing here to actually be taking it out. And how many elephants do we have in total now? 9 elephants.
Yeah, and there's only 12. There's still 12 hand cannons for Puppy, but that's it.
Do you have to say though, right? The elephants, they are quite heavy on food, so it's a way of spending that resource, but they are also very heavy on the gold, which does kind of suck.
Look at the villager killed this game, by the way. 156 by Lucifron, 152 by Puppy. Just
can we get to 200?
Yeah, villagers slaughters in
Uh,
this game.
it's rough, but we do have Puppy here doing a really good job splitting up the horses, just taking out as many villagers as possible. Now we do have those rams moving back out, and we do have the elephants. They are pretty damn tanky, but when they get surrounded by spears, they are absolutely gone, and the hand cannons does not help the cause either. The archers on the front side here completely just getting churned through as well by the horses. And now I don't know what Lucifron is gonna do, because he doesn't have a lot more in queue. And he's got so much idle as well.
Yeah, and Lucifron's villager count's down to 98. He does have 5,000 food in the bank, so it's not like he's starving there. He did realize he saw this gold vein, as well as this one, so he's gonna do the last gold on the map. You know, Puppy's gonna be spamming rams, and I mean he can't spam gold units. He does have 600 gold passively, which is two sacred. Oh, because he has 2 sacred sites and 2 relics.
No, just wrong.
No, yes. Oh, wait, but it says 2.
Yeah, that's sacred sites.
Oh, right. So that makes sense. 2 sacred sites and a relic.
So yeah, it's still a lot of gold passive income, right? Lucifron again finally got Tithe Barnes, has a sacred site for himself. He's got 4 relics. And it's got a pretty decent... But again, right, there's so much wood untouched, which is something that both players lack so much. But they can't afford to secure up the wood because they don't have the wood, and the wood they have needs to be spent on military units instead.
Yeah, and we are seeing something from Lucifron, though. He's not gathering wood anywhere. He has 0 wood. So he has all this food, but he doesn't have gold and wood to actually supplement his unit production. So if Puppy can clean this army, he's got good food income, he's got a plenty of wood, and he'll be able to starve out Lucifron, who can't max out because he doesn't have the secondary resource to do so.
I do have, though, I do think the elephants actually have the upgrade now, so they do have crossbows at least on top of them, but still have some of those hand cannons going. But Puppypaw is forced back for the time being, needs to be rebuilding a little bit. It does give Lucifron some room, and is this where you start spamming scouts to just be a frontline from Lucifron?
No, scouts aren't going to do anything. Once you get to that point in the game, if you're only able to make scouts, it's time to GG, because scouts aren't going to do much.
Hey, let me have my copium.
I mean, Lucifron still has a really strong army. I don't know if Puppy can kill it, to be honest. That's what it's going to come down to. Can Puppy kill this army? If he can, and he does still have... He has 20 hand cannons, is that right?
Yep.
Alright, so, you know, with those hand cannons, there's a chance.
There is a chance. Is that literally only one more upgrade for Lucifron? Is he going for the achievement as well?
I guess so. Might as well if the game goes up for another 15 minutes. Alright, Lucifron's starting to gather some wood again. So, you know, and he is back on food, or he's back on gold. Puppy doesn't really have any wood resource bank anymore. He spent all his wood. Puppy no longer... Yeah, his wood is all the way up here, so... Yeah. He kind of has to win this fight now. If Puppy does not win this fight, he can't gather wood, and that's what this game's going to come down to, because the wood on the rest of the map is pretty much out.
Yeah, there is a lot on the left side. There are small pockets of them, but hand cannons... well, they are here. They're doing a lot of damage. Yeah, they're doing something here. Well, the issue is those spearmen. They are free access right now to the elephants just running through. We do have scholars out there, but they're not able to heal them quickly enough.
I mean,
okay, never mind.
You say that, but the spearmen are kind of getting melted here.
But the issue right now, Lucifron has so much food in the bank. Needs to start selling it, honestly, to try to get some other resource going for him.
I'm trying to find his market. There it is. What's his food cost? So he still gets a good price too. So he could sell food for a good price for gold, and if you wanted to buy wood. So he definitely has those options, because yeah, he has 10,000 food in the bank.
Yeah, and we haven't actually mentioned it, but elephants, yes, there is a lot of them, and Lucifron doesn't have a siege, but elephants can still siege pretty well. They do have the tusk, which does do some whole lot of siege damage, and I believe it's the only thing apart from siege that actually can attack stone walls.
Yeah,
so
they can.
They're really able to, you know, do some damage. I mean, look at how quickly the buildings are just disappearing, right, for Puppypaw. And we're honestly getting to the... We've been there for a while, but we're getting to the point where just, yes, you have the resources, but you also need a lot of production buildings to actually be able to do that. And now hand cannons moving out, basically one-shotting
He has
the
30
elephants
hand cannons, by the way, so he's got a lot. And you know, and Vortex or not, Lucifron realizes this, and he's trying to focus them, but these elephants are melting.
Yeah, not enough scholars to keep that healing going at all.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think there's no amount of scholars can keep that. There's even a nest of bees.
Hello.
So
he finally got the resources.
Lucifron's army just kind of tanked. Like, look at that, he's down to 48. 24 cannons still, and now Puppy can begin pushing. He does have wood, so maybe he'll start adding in some rams as well to begin burning down.
Forward production has been added for Lucifron, but will be under threat immediately. Those who won't be getting the effect that it had once. And I'm honestly wondering, where do we go from here? It feels like we're just you didn't disable Wanderers for the tournament, right?
No, but they can't make a Wonder. How are they going to get that many resources?
I don't know.
There's no trade in this.
Like such a stone melt. I don't know. It's just so... It's going back and forth, and it's just Lucifron not wanting to give up. And remember, this is game number 1 of the series. We have a best of 5 ahead of us. And
yeah, that's true. This is game number 1, but oh man, is Puppy gonna take this? Like, look at Lucifron's bank. I mean, he's still maxing out, but so's Puppy.
I think so. I mean, Puppy doesn't have a lot of reserve in the army, but the issue is Lucifron is not able to kill the units at all. It's a Mango now. It could get a wondrous shot right now, but it's immediately under threat. Just straight up Puppy once again with the micro, so crisp, so clean. A second Mangonel shot, just dodges it. It's like barely in vision. He just dodges it immediately and is able to take them down. Some villagers are running rampant. They're trying to take out the ramps that has been going for so long. Some bombard towers for the Delhi is what's going to try to keep him alive. Lucifron finally taps out.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That was... I cannot believe Puppy won that game. That's actually crazy. I mean, he looked in such a bad spot so many times in that game, but what Puppy did really well, he did a very good job at keeping his hand cannoneers alive. And that's got to be the most tilting thing for Lucifron, because he was never able to kill those hand cannoneers. Or, you know, every time he did, you know, Puppy would remake the ones he needed to and just traded so cost effectively there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just straight up, right? Just being so quick on the reaction. I mean, in that last, like basically the last Mangonel shot that it was, AoE 4 doesn't have the split army that AoE 2 has, but it looked like it did. That's just how crisp and clean Puppy was.
Yeah, so I figured you guys might be interested in the graph here. So just to kind of showcase it, you can kind of see the villagers.
I don't think you're okay.
Yeah, no, I am. Don't worry. And just look at that military graph. You know, they're just trading. But you can tell how well Puppy was trading here, because if you look at these military graphs here, you see a big plummet. And then you just see Lucifron losing units. The blue line, though, very consistent. You know, this was a big loss. And you just can kind of see how well Puppy was trading, considering you see the dips, and then you see the, you know, the waves from Puppy just continuously staying up there until, you know, the very end there. 1,200 units killed by Lucifron. Oh man. And if you just look at this, surprisingly, he only gathered 7,000 more gold than Puppy, despite having all the gold mines on that game and Puppy struggling for gold. I'm guessing that's because of taxes, the sacred sites, and I would assume
Supervision.
Drop
off buildings.
Yeah, the supervise. And yeah, it was definitely a banger of a game, and that puts Puppy 1-0 against Lucifron here.
Incredible game. I mean, so many times that we were pretty sure a couple of times that it was over. Lucifron was going to take that, but wow.
And let's go into game number 2. It's going to be on Rocky Canyon, It's going to be Lucifron as the Malians versus Puppypaw's French. And this is on, I said Rocky Canyon, right? Actually, I do need to pause for a second. We are going to start this game here in a moment, but I need some water after that. So give me
Same.
so give me 1 minute, and then we'll start game number 2. Sorry for the sudden
Yeah.
pause, but I forgot I needed water.
Yeah, gonna do the same.
Gives you extra time to update the score. The score is up to date. It's 1-0 Puppy leading. This is game number 2. All right. I'll give Cal a minute to get back here, and then we'll start game number 2. But to kind of go over this, Puppy is the French, and then we have Lucifron as the Malians. Conquerors Cup is amazing. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. We've definitely had... I will say this tournament has produced a lot of good games. I think it's been very, it really shows how important map control is in this tournament. So that's kind of nice. Can I please center the text? I hope that's enough for you guys.
All right, I am back.
All right, perfect. Let's start this out then. For sure, loving the cast. Cool. Yeah, it's been really cool. You guys have been very supportive of the tournament and obviously, with the subs and whatnot. So appreciate that as well. And now we're going to go into game number 2. All right. Well, after that banger of a... and like I said, Lucifron, he can play both styles. I don't think I'm sure I've seen it, but you don't really see those long games from Vortex typically. So very, long game. And let's see how this, let's just be honest. If everyone was going to bet money on who would win this game, everyone's going to bet Lucifron. He's got Malians against French, a very good matchup for Malians. Wait, every matchup's a good matchup for Malians. What am I talking about? So I'm kind of predicting we'll see the same kind of style that we saw Vortex versus B. We're going to see the start of Warrior Scouts and then probably into a fast castle.
Yeah, and Donzos from the Malians, they're really annoying with as the French, because you want to do an engage, you want to get the charge, but they suddenly just throw ranged spears at you, which does so much damage, and you're just so sad all of a sudden. So, yeah, it's a very difficult one for French. Like, yeah, you can get out some knights, you can do some damage, and try to burn down the... you can try to burn down the houses around the pit mine, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. And, the thing is, right, a knight, knights are strong, but that early one knight isn't going to do much when there's 4 to 5 warrior scouts that can heal really quickly. So I'll be very curious how Puppy's going to approach this matchup. Maybe he'll pull up an upset, somehow take the victory, but not sure I have much faith in this matchup, but we shall see. So yeah, not too much to talk about right now. They're just kind of waiting for, the very generic opening, the standard openings from both players. Nothing too much to discuss. I'm expecting the Mantiquary from Lucifron, and then from Puppy, I imagine he's going to go with the School of Cavalry. I mean, obviously, you don't really have a choice in this tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can ask your opponent nicely, hey, can you build a market?
That's true, you could. And then I cite them for collusion and destroy their souls.
Yeah, honestly, like the thing with this matchup though, it's evolved over time, right? Because with the old Malians, with going to Sovereign Trade Network and all this kind of stuff, how the old one played, this would have been like 100% you would place your Saharan Trade Network on the pit mine. But because of how the meta has evolved and how we've shifted and moved over to the Warrior Scouts, you don't need to anymore. You can go the Mansa Quarry, you can have that passive gold income so much better. And yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny, Vortex almost traded. For those of you who missed it or haven't seen it, highly recommend watching Core versus Vortex game number 1. Vortex forgot there was no trade on the map, and he made, I think it was 4 traders, and ended up walking them all the way from like one corner to corner as he like realized there's no trade. Oh, I would have loved to have seen what he was saying when he realized that. It was funny. No,
I mean, real.
Vortex did win that game.
Yeah. Don't even need it.
All right, so let's kind of see. You know, Lucifron, I think he kind of messed up his build a little bit. He doesn't have the wood for his stable, so despite advancing, his stable is slightly delayed. We do see a knight coming out from Puppypaw. So, and ooh, what's he doing with these 3 villagers?
Towering the pit mine. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to tower that pit mine. I'm not sure how successful this will be, especially because, well, Lucifron hasn't scouted this. His scout is all the way on the left-hand side of the map, so maybe? I mean, I just don't see this working.
No, I mean, this used to be a quite effective approach before, right? When you still had a Southern Trade Network, you would just tower on the opposite side of it. You would still be able to do some damage on the houses, etc., etc. But again, Warrior Scouts. One-on-one Warrior Scouts, of course, lose versus Knights, but you can produce this out so much faster, and it does not spot it at all.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you get 4 Warrior Scouts, though, you know, I think 4 Warrior Scouts can take out a Knight as long as you micro.
Oh yeah.
And here we
do not speak of the villagers. I mean, it builds it so close that you still notice it. Like, he will be able to see it just on the map here. So the question is, can he defend his villagers long enough to actually get this up?
Yeah, it's going to be so hard. I mean, the thing is, there's 2 Warrior Scouts over here. They are running. There's only 1 Knight, so it's not like... I think these villagers are just kind of dead. I mean, it's nice try by Puppy. You know, he's trying his best to micro, but you can kind of see that the Warrior Scouts just heal so quickly that these 3 villagers are dead. You know, he was trying to get arrow slits on them, and the tower is denied. And now look at this Knight. It does kill a Warrior Scout, so that's great. But that's about all it's got going.
Yeah, and...
Although we do see a second Knight now.
Yeah, and we've now lost 3 villagers, right? You've not only lost 3 villagers because somebody raided them, but you now lost the entire walking time of just having them walk. And look how quickly the Warrior Scouts as well burned through the tower. Yes, it wasn't fully built, but
and it just runs. So now these Knights don't really do anything. And you know, I imagine Puppy isn't going to feel too bad about how this game plays out, because you know, you're not expecting to win. That's the unfortunate part. And I know there's people who wonder why I haven't allowed bans in the upper bracket. It's because it is, you know, no one gets the same Civ, and I just didn't want to ban a Civ just for that. So I didn't want to ruin my plans for the tournament because of 1 Civ. So it sucks, but it is what it is.
You could have just said Malians is disabled and people would be happy. Because that is just what people would ban anyways.
Yeah, but then what do you do for game 5? Let him reuse the Civ?
Don't know.
Yeah. Although these Warrior Scouts are starting to go down, though. Lucifron is kind of mismicroing a little bit.
Not paying too much attention there. Knight will stay alive, barely. Does he? Professional Scouts is on the way. It has been completed, so we will take down, or we will take home a lot of safe food. It always has the cows to go back on and rely on.
Yeah, and
But
you know that's actually a good point. Thing to notice also. This is definitely a little different from Vortex, right? Vortex did not go Warrior Scouts, or didn't get. What's it called? I can't remember what's called.
Professional Scouts?
Yeah, he didn't get Professional Scouts. Not to be fair, that was against China, but still, I realize that is a little bit of a difference. I didn't notice, so you just pointed that out. And you know, not really sure what Puppy does from here. I mean, Lucifron's going to start taking all the deer. He should be able to keep this deer, but this deer in the corner might be stolen away from him too.
A certain part of me would want Puppypaw when he actually failed that tower rush to just pivot into a 2-town center play. But at the same time, it is so risky against the Molly.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he did try to pivot to a 2-town center play, it just slows his aggression and unit production, and then Malian just freely goes fast castle. Like, I think the only reason he hasn't fast castled here is because he wanted to get, he wanted Professional Scouts, get the deer, and then he didn't want to have to worry about raids. So, yeah, and a funny thing, well, they were even destruction value until just now. And more deer being taken here. And I'm trying to think, what is Puppy doing here? As in, like, what's his game plan? He hasn't made any other production buildings, no barracks, no stables. He's just making knights, but that's not going to work versus Malians. They have the hardened Donzos, which, they can fire from a range, so it ends up adding up. That damage will add up.
I think he wants to play it out, see if he can get a Knight Mass that Lucifron probably can't handle. But yeah, we can see what I wanted to say. Lucifron, he will just...
Yeah, he's just stealing those deer, and it's a pain in the butt.
Enjoy your food. Puppy, you have to go back to being a vegetarian now.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? He just took that food, and now he's got what, berries? So he doesn't really have a good food economy, and all the deer are just being stolen right out from under his foot.
And what's the French gonna do? Do a berry or do a farm transition?
I mean, he could go for the boar, right? But of course, there's a lot of warrior scouts out on the field. There are 9, so. It's definitely a brutal thing. And now we see Puppy's like, okay, I want to protect these deer so that he doesn't steal them, but then his knights are playing protection to save his deer. That's not what you want knights to be doing.
Yeah, and it's so rough, right? Because in the position you are right now, it's like, well, or Lucifron is, he doesn't care if he, like, the scout... if the scout that is carrying away the deer dies, he still has carried it far enough away that Puppypaw is not going to be reasonably able to take it anymore. Like, yeah, he can drop a mill on this, but he's not. He's not going to do it.
And look at this. We have the Farimba garrison coming out. He has 27 military to the 9 of Puppy. 12 warrior scouts, 9 Donzos. Even if this wall was to finish, Puppy can't defend it because he'll just burn through it, and he's got enough Donzos to where 10 knights can't take this. At least I'm pretty sure they can't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no.
One deer escaped.
One of them got out. But at least he will be, he will be doing some damage, killing a couple of them. We'll be dropping them and having some fun. But
and now look at this. Now he has 12 villagers trapped. 9 warrior scouts, 9 Donzos, and he does have 11 knights. Maybe 11 knights can do this, but then there's Castle Age from Lucifron, so...
Yeah, good luck getting out here, boys. We'll delete the wall though, so definitely a smart choice there. A quick thought, but they're now fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the villagers, Puppy can take this fight. Even without him, he might be able to, but I mean, Puppy's desperate. He needs food. He knows it. His opponent hit Castle Age.
Castle upgrades almost coming through as well. So, I mean, it is it is the window that Puppy needed to actually be able to take this fight. It will actually win it and force back Lucifron for the time being to actually build up some mass, but Lucifron doesn't stop stealing away those deer carcasses.
Yeah, exactly. He still stole some, and or moved them. They went out of range, so now he does have food again, which is nice. But the Farimba's gonna be pumping out them units, and Puppy's only making knights here. And Lucifron recognizing that is making a bunch of Donzos just so he can hard counter them.
Yeah, it's weird as well, right? Because it's like, yeah, you can make Musafati warriors, but no, they've gotten nerfed so heavily that it doesn't feel good anymore. And well, if you start going into horsemen, the Musafati warriors are now useless, so you might as well just make Donzos. I honestly don't see a lot of areas or opportunities for Malians to actually go Musafati warriors anymore.
Yeah, I mean Musafati, like they're very good against armored units, but yeah, they don't really have its strength against anything else. And yeah, that's the other thing is like Donzos work just fine against knights. Oh, losing a couple there.
I mean, it's still an okay trade actually. He does get a nicer round here, but yeah,
Nah, this is a bad fight here.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I was gonna say, I bet Puppy's gonna GG there. I mean, he went into that game. He knew it wasn't gonna go well. It is Malians, so no big surprise there. And game number 2 goes over to Lucifron.
Yeah, so ties up the series. We have a series on our hands, and I hate to say it, Lucifron played that to perfection. I mean, that was an effective way of just choking out your opponent. That was so well done. Just really using professional scouts to what it's worth, right?
Yeah, and let's just hop right into game number 3. We got the Malians out of the way, so there should be no more, silly matchups like that. So don't worry, chat. We are going to be just fine. And let us go into we're just going to hop right into it. Game number 3, Lucifron versus Puppy, Abbasid versus English on Basin. Puppy can't take Malians now? Correct. Each player drafts 5 civs, and that's their civ pool for their series. All right. So this matchup I actually think is a bit difficult for Abbasid. I feel like you can do a couple things here as English. You can just do feudal aggression, which can be difficult to hold at times. I feel like men-at-arm opening is still very strong against Abbasid with English. Obviously, we're not seeing it this game. Oh, thanks. I knew I was forgetting something, but I blame you for not reminding me.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I
mean, the issue is the stream is on such a big delay. But yeah, as you were saying, right, man-at-arms still pretty strong. It's a little bit of a gamble, I feel like, because if that gold was completely in the back for Puppypaw, the man-at-arms just takes too long, and you're still able to get your age up. Yes, you do delay fresh food stuff and wheelbarrow from coming through, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I do agree with you. And I did forget about Military Wing. Maybe with Military Wing, it's really not worth anymore because before, even if you couldn't completely deny the gold all the way, you could at least deny stone and force an archery range. But I guess with Military Wing, that's actually not the case. So I completely spaced that, so I take it back. Actually, probably men-at-arm openings probably aren't as good as they used to be because of that.
Yeah, it's with the men-at-arm opening, right? It's like, again, it's not about how much damage you do, it's how much you delay them. And are you able to get an archery range or your council hall up, able to get a couple of longbows out? And but most of the time, not really.
Uh-oh, what did I just do? All right, I fixed it. We're good. I'm not gonna do anything Neri says again.
Smart.
All right, so we have the council hall coming up. Very expected. I'm expecting some feudal pressure. And then we have economic wing, which again makes sense, right? There's no feudal there's no men-at-arm opening. Why would you go military wing? There's no benefit to it, because if he goes military wing opening and sends 2 archers over, by the time they get over here, you're gonna have longbows, which will take care of it. So definitely a good choice, and I would anticipate a 2 TC opening from Puppypaw here.
Yeah, it does leave some room from Lucifron though to get out a couple of longbows and really do delay Puppy going up with that second town center if he wants to. With how Puppypaw has it right now, he will get fresh foodstuffs. He will very easily get a wheelbarrow as well, so he'll be very happy in terms of that. Question is, how much will that second town center be delayed, if at all?
Yeah, and so the question is Lucifron going to throw down a barracks? Feel like that'll kind of let us know what his game plan is, and there it is. So we're definitely going to see feudal aggression. If there was any doubts about that, this kind of takes that away, right? He's going to make longbows, he's going to make spearmen, and he's going to push across the map. Probably going to focus on this stone, which surprisingly, Puppy hasn't actually started gathering stone yet. I'm a little surprised at that.
Could he not want... I feel like he needs to go for second town center, right? So...
I mean, Puppy, I feel like you need to. Because if you go 1 TC as Abbasid, then it just adds English. You feel happy about that. You're like, okay, they're not getting that eco lead, so I don't really have to stress about it as much. And if you do any damage with pressure and they're on 1 TC, you feel even better.
Yeah. And, oh, look at that. I'll lose it for a second there. 101-0. So we had 2 resources. Perfect build order. Just want to highlight that one for a second. But yeah, he's moving across the map. I do think he's actually been able to scout where the gold is? Where the stone is, I should say. Because he's moving, I would say he's moving to the wrong side.
He knows where the stone is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Also, we do see the archery range unstable. This is very common. You know, when you see this feudal aggression, you have to get one of each. You know, otherwise you can't hold off, right? Because longbows will beat your archers, and spearmen beat your horsemen. But you know, it just comes down to micro.
Yeah, and the question for Lucifron really is like, do you have enough feudal pressure to force Abbasid into going, you know, that's 300 resources spent on production buildings, then he has to make some units. Like, do you all in and go just 1 TC feudal aggression, or do you actually want to go for, you know, a second town center yourself here?
Are you talking as English?
Yes, that's the English.
As English, I feel like I don't like the going to second TC delayed. I feel like it's better to just go castle. You know, go with the King's Palace. That can be your second TC, and then you unlock, you know, knights and all that stuff. And I prefer that if you're going to go castle, if you're going to play this matchup and get a second TC. I think it just depends how this feudal aggression goes. Like, I think you definitely commit to feudal, which we can see that's what Lucifron's doing. Because you don't want to freely let Abbasid get that second TC and not pressure. If you let Abbasid go 2 TC, and then you go castle or second TC, then I feel like Abbasid gets in a really good position. Because once Abbasid gets if they can securely get to Castle Age, I feel like this matchup kind of swings to very good for Abbasid, assuming they've been on 2 TC. But we're kind of seeing almost something similar to we saw to Wham last week, where he kind of did the same opening, but never got a second TC till way later. And I think that's what Puppy's doing here as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Did Puppypaw ever get fresh foodstuffs? Because I want to say, right, with fresh foodstuffs, he hasn't. So with fresh foodstuff, right, it leaves more resources for you to actually be able to make military units.
Yeah, we see Puppy doing the smart thing here. He's trying to catch reinforcements with his horsemen. This is what you want to be doing right now. It really makes it. It really weakens this push. It forces reinforcements to stay back at home. Gives you time to get your army to a good size to where you can clean up that first push.
So Camel Archer coming out. Yeah, I don't know. That I understand why Puppy does it, right? Because it's a unit that feels good, but it just is so easily targeted down by the longbows.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's adding a couple Camel Archers. I mean, maybe it's so that it does take that DPS. Or take that damage.
For Men-at-Arms, I guess?
I mean, he shouldn't be expecting men-at-arms yet. English needs a little bit more time before they can. But I think what's really going to hurt Puppy here is he hasn't even tried to go 2 TC. And...
I mean, he needs to spend those resources on defending against the feudal push, right? So...
Oh, that's going to hurt. Loses another villager here. That's 2 Vil kills for Lucifron. Might be 3. Nope, just 2. Puppy kind of pulling back here. And... yeah, I mean, it's not looking good for Puppy right now. I definitely favor Lucifron's position. He's been able to get a couple villager kills. He's getting a farm transition as well, so he's not going to have to worry about going out on the map. And Puppy's doing the right thing. Like I said, he's looking for reinforcements, but Lucifron isn't really... well, other than these two, Lucifron hasn't been sending units across anymore. Oh, you know, this fight, I don't know if Puppy can take this fight, but it also might be his best chance to take a good fight.
And that's the thing, right? Because, again, look at the Camel Archer. Like, it's such an expensive unit this early in the game when you're this starved. It's just... it basically disappeared. Like, yeah, it still exists, but I still don't know its purpose. And it's not passing butter, so... I ask you. Yeah, Puppy, I mean, he's still done a really good job of defending off this feudal push. But as you say, right, he's now going for the second town center. He's now going for the stone.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like, let's say Lucifron does decide he wants to go Castle Age. You know, it would take him a couple minutes to gather the resources, and I wouldn't recommend it at this moment. I'd probably want to put on more pressure, but, you know, if he did decide to, he wouldn't be that far behind with his second TC. But then Abbasid would be feeling very comfortable, so you don't want to do that. You want to let these units keep being produced, and then go from there. Are you still here, by the way?
I'm still here.
Okay, my headset made a weird sound, so I didn't know if it disconnected or something.
I mean, this is like... you know, the classic, like... anyways,
yeah.
But yeah...
so now we kind of see, you know, more units coming out. You know, not really close to a second TC. He still needs more wood, needs 200 more stone. Or I guess like 160 or whatever it is.
Yeah, the issue as well, right, for Puppypaw with the ecoing upgrade, it really hasn't gotten a lot of value, if any. The only thing that's really been dropped is a couple of houses, and it's that mine. That's about it. Lucy is pulling back here, though, to give some room for Puppypaw.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I am a little surprised about, I'm surprised Lucifron never dropped an outpost. He just kind of, you know, that's a very strong staple. He had plenty of time to do so, but instead decided not to, which is, I mean, I forget all the time. Not sure if he forgot or if it was an intentional decision. Either way, that, you know, that helps in those engagements.
Yeah, it's... huh, I mean...
and it looks like Lucifron wants to go Castle Age now. I feel like he's just saving for Castle, you know, getting his... and, you know, I don't think it's a bad decision here because Puppy's invested so much in military, and he still doesn't have a second TC, so it's not like he's not ahead economically. He's actually behind by 3 workers.
Yeah, and that's the 2 workers that has been killed, and... yeah, again, right, it feels bad when you go with your second town center as the Abbasid at 11 minutes. It will be done at 12. So, realistically, you won't... yeah, the only time you'll realistically have a good villager lead is maybe at like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And,
yeah, and you can tell that Puppy, you know, he knows he's in a bad spot. He can tell that Lucifron's going for this Castle Age, because why else would he stay back? He's seeing the villagers on gold, so now it's you know, he's trying to find a way back. You know, he does have his second TC down finally, so that's nice. Looks like he's gonna go for a third TC, which he kind of has to do something risky here, because he knows Castle Age is coming for English soon, so he needs to, you know, find some way to catch up or get ahead economically.
yeah, I feel like a curveball Puppy could throw right now is going for never mind. Still hasn't gotten fresh foodstuffs though.
No, he is not.
I do feel like at this point in the game, it would have been paid back basically in the resources saved when making villagers, right? Because especially now that you have 2 town centers going, and we do have that King's Palace you were talking about, so yeah, Puppy is now suddenly quote unquote forced into making a 3rd town center to actually like grow a villager lead, but yeah, I do not favor Puppypaw's position right now.
Yeah, I mean, he is doing a little bit of harassment here. So, I mean, he's trying to, even out the vill kills. He's evened up the villager count. He could get a villager kill here. Okay, at least he got one. But I don't know if that was worth the damage he's taking on his army right now. Ooh, does lose a horseman, so definitely not worth. And then took a lot of damage. And, a 3rd TC's coming down, but okay. English is Castle Age now. We're going to see, men-at-arms. Now, what counters men-at-arms for at this stage for Abbasid? It is camel archers, but what's the problem with that? There's 20 longbows. So it's not like he's going to be dealing just with Castle Age men-at-arms.
Yeah, what's the range of camel archers actually? I don't specifically
I think it's
know.
3.75. Yep, 3.75.
Hey, you do know your numbers.
I only know that because someone told me that, I think, literally today or yesterday. And I don't even know where I came up. Oh, because someone asked me yesterday on buffing it to 5. And if it would be overpowered, and that's how why I remember that.
Yeah, because right, it's so hard, right? The longbows vastly outrange it. It's not even funny.
Now Puppy is going Castle Age, and the weird thing is, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, come on, he is now upgrading his men-at-arms finally.
Yeah, I do feel like this age up right now. Lucifron definitely has a window right now to just straight up just push. Like, I don't think there's any chance for Puppypaw to defend this.
Yeah, well, the one nice thing that he has going for him is there are no blacksmith upgrades. So these men-at-arms, they're going to have 4 armor, but they're still going to take a decent amount of damage from town centers compared to, like, 1. So I definitely don't favor. I don't even know if Puppy's going to survive the minute, or by the time, a minute's a long time. In an RTS game, especially, AoE 4, when you're getting attacked like this, holding this off for 60 seconds is going to feel like an eternity.
Yeah, good luck. Now this forward town center practically just an outpost right now, completely idle. And again, right, we're just looking at a 5 to 6 villager lead right now, and that's despite going 30 town centers. We'll be trying to go up to the next age, but the army numbers for Lucifron looking very, very good right now. We'll be trying to get this fight done, but the spearman, perfect brace there as well.
Yeah, and Puppy's doing a good thing. He is focusing the spear, or he was focusing the spears, but I think he recognized this town center's a goner. Luckily for him, those villagers didn't get switched, but I just don't know if he can hold this. There's just men-at-arms streaming, longbows streaming. We got the armor clad incoming in 50 seconds, and yeah, and we still don't have any blacksmith upgrades from either player, which is kind of funny, but he's got Castle Age. He's got 600 gold, 1200 wood, like 0 food. And he's losing villagers like crazy.
I would say a mangonel, but honestly it doesn't matter. Look at the man-at-arms, right? It's not even chat-at-arms yet. They just soak up. It takes so long for Puppypaw to kill the reinforcements. He's now going to move up to the 2nd town center. And look at the villagers just running around. I don't think there's any villagers working at all right now.
Yeah, and Puppy's doing the right thing. He's trying to cut off reinforcements, but again, it's not going to be enough. And, Puppy realizes it's over and GG's out.
Yeah.
And that puts Lucifron 2-1 against Puppy. The mangonel did get created, by the way. But it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, it got there. It got there.
It got there, but wasn't enough. All right. So Lucifron's leading 2-1. He just has to take, Puppypaw's on match point. He's probably not feeling very good about his position, but we will see what happens.
I mean, the 2 wins, the first game, definitely a tilter, but I want to say, like, Lucifron has come back with a really, really strong mental with the 2 games, right? He's really it's been really solid, forcing mistakes from Puppypaw, just really having solid games.
Yeah, and let's just go right into the game. Now, we have Frisian Marshes. And we have Puppypaw as the Rus against Lucifron's Holy Roman Empire. Now, I've said this before earlier today. I favor Rus in this matchup. I think this is a very good Rus matchup, and I've thought so even back when Rus was considered weak. I feel like H3 just doesn't do well against Rus. At least that's what it feels like to me. And yeah, we'll kind of see how this plays out. I'll be curious what Lucifron tries to do here, and we'll see what Puppy does here.
So, I mean, yeah, hunting cabins on this map can be definitely quite good, and you can definitely get a good height rate house. But it's also quite expensive to actually move out on the fish here. So, I'm like trying to think a little bit of what's the reason for actually picking Roost on this map. I guess there's a lot of wolves.
Well, there's a few reasons to pick Roost on this map, right? There's a lot of bounty on this map. Wolves, deers. You typically will have map control, so you can get these nice, fishing ponds. And, the two civs are good on this map. A popular pick is going to be something like HRE or China, and you can use the Roost capabilities to be aggressive and deny these kind of food sources.
I like how you just like pan there and it's like, yeah, there's 3 wolves on that screen. When I was actually, who did I play against? It was in the War Chiefs Club earlier today. Let me quickly just check who it was against. It was against, was it against Speedor? Oh, no, it was against M7, now I remember. Yeah, on one clumped up spot, there was 5 wolves on Persian marshes, and I was like, damn, wish I played Roost right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's a very good Roost map. It has been since the beginning. Like, even when this map first debuted, it was viewed as a Roost map. And there has been some changes, so it wasn't as Roost favored, but it's still very good.
Yeah, I mean, of course, right? Just, of course, before, right? It was, you had the bounty on the sheep. You could just pull all the wolves into your town center. And I'm really happy they removed all of those things, by the way. That's to have that said. So.
Well, the thing is, actually, I forgot. Until this tournament, I don't think this map has been played with the sheep nerf for Roos, with the sheep bounty. So it's kind of interesting.
It has been played, just not in any big tournaments.
Let me rephrase it. In big tournaments, yeah.
Yeah. Because, well, Adney did a lazy... Just kidding. He has been busy with life and not been able to update it, so... I don't exactly know what the old bugs were with Persian Marshes, on why it wasn't, working. But it wasn't working, but we got it back.
No, there's not a way for me to check the bounty, unfortunately. Not without going back to the classic. But we're kind of seeing the very standard opening here. We have the Kremlin for Puppy, the Akin Chapel for Lucifron. And, Lucifron's Akin Chapel, pretty good, right? It's on his stone, gold, and food. It's not on his wood, but still he's got, the big 3. Or 3 of the big 4, I guess. 3 of the 4 resources there is how I say it. And I'm going to be curious if we're going to see a second TC out of Lucifron here.
Definitely seemed like it. Aging up with 8 on the Akin Chapel, and... yeah, I would be actually kind of surprised if it's not a second town center.
Yep, and there we go. So he is going to go 2 TC. Again, I think this is the correct way to play this matchup. I just don't think 1 TC fast castle as Holy Roman Empire works very well against Roos. Because if you just do a naked fast castle, Roos can just wall in the relics and then just spam feudal units, knights and spears or whatever, and then go castle themselves with off 2 TC. It just feels very difficult as HRE if you do a fast castle naked. So I like Lucifron's decision to do the 2 TC here. I'm getting flashbacks, by the way, to when scouts used to actually be able to kill villagers. Oh, bad times.
Or, just warrior scouts.
Yeah, or warrior scouts. But I'm talking about when all scouts.
Good times. But yeah, so... quick update, Puppypaw currently sitting at 340 bounty. So,
so yeah, that's a pretty good bounty, So definitely feeling good there. 340 bounty. We do see a couple militia coming forward. Try to delay this second TC, but Lucifron will have the stone before these militia get there, I think. Yep.
Easily.
And now he just has to gather the wood.
Yeah, so it was something like this exact maneuver or play, I guess I could say. It was really questioning it the first time, right? Because like, oh yeah, cool, you have the stone, but your town center is so delayed. But it's not about just, you know, having a quick stone. It's just getting the stone and then getting out before your opponent can actually do any form of aggressions, right?
Yeah, and he's kind of an annoying factor, you know, these militia. But luckily, it doesn't really do much damage, doesn't kill any villagers, just a little bit of idle time. And then we do see second TC coming out from Puppy. He just needs a little bit more wood and a little bit more gold, and then that second TC should be popping up. Already moving his villagers. And we're not seeing anything else from Puppy yet, so they're both going to do a 2 TC opening, and frankly, their second TCs will probably be at pretty similar timings.
Yeah, I mean, Puppypaw is already moving out, right? He will be looking to see if he can drop it next to that deer, if he can get some of that fish as well. Might even potentially looking to... Yeah, it's a nice, very snug in the corner there, potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I feel like Lucifron's 2 TC build order definitely needs a little bit of work, because that TC, I know as HRE you can get a second TC started by like 4:45, but this is a 6:15 TC. That's a minute 30 later than it should be. And and it's not like Puppy did any big harassment, right? His militia didn't arrive till way later, so the militia can't be blamed. I feel like it's just kind of a slightly unoptimal build by Lucifron this game.
I mean, right now he doesn't have... Okay, he does have the prelate on the wood line. But yeah, as you were saying, right, there was not a lot of harassment. There was nothing really delaying Lucifron at all here. It was just the militia just running around, and that's about it.
Yeah, so I mean, so Puppy's gonna be feeling good, right? He's gonna see the second TC, so he knows there's no castle incoming yet. And now he's got, I don't know why he's taking the deer instead of this, but that works. And ooh, he's actually pulling 2 villagers. Is he gonna start walling in the relics? Or are these for something else?
I mean, they're moving out, and I mean, yeah, probably could look to wall in the relics. I mean, the thing with where Lucifron plays the second town center as well, right? He doesn't actually secure up any additional food. Like, yeah, he does secure up his Aachen Chapel, but it takes time and resources to do that farm transition.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of the things I was talking about as well in this. I'm like, right, so he's going to do a farm transition, very standard HRE thing, instead of going for any shoreline fish. And this kind of is another benefit for HRE, or for Roots on this map, because he's going to get all the shoreline fish, which is going to be faster than those farms. And
that is very sneaky.
Looks like a wooden fortress going up to try to deny that relic. I don't hate that play. It'll definitely deny it.
I mean, so, yeah, we'll deny the relic, but it also will deny, like, how... Let me see, it's like... I want to say it's like 10 or 5,000 food around there, roughly. So, you know, that's a value wooden fortress if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, if Lucifron was planning to ever take these, I don't think the shoreline fish are really going to matter here. Lucifron, I don't think, has any intentions of going for that. I think his full goal is to just get a farm economy, try to get castle, and maybe try to secure relics, but I'm not sure he'll be able to secure a single relic this game.
It's going to be it's going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure, though, and we do see Lucifron trying to get in the wall, but the militia, the scouts, just being there at the perfect time there to be able to be denying them at all, and, well, one militia dies, the rest will die in a bit.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things where, I mean, this game might go similar to how B versus Vortex went, right? Where Vortex didn't get a single relic as HRE. That might be a repeat here, and that's the thing about this map is it's why I don't really like picking HRE in this map, because if your opponent picks Rus or French, it's very difficult to get these relics.
Yeah, as well, right? With how Frisian Marshes is laid out, and it's not in the standard being on the opposite side, you're more parallel. Look at how far the furthest relic is for Lucifron. It's literally on the opposite side of the corner. It's super terrible. It's very far out to actually be able to get any of them.
Yeah, and we do see Lucifron is going to be going Castle Age here. Still hasn't made a single military unit. Is he going to go Burgrave? And he is going to go Burgrave. And this is one of the few times I don't dislike this play. Yes, it's scouted, but he's not going to get any relics with the Regnants, so I think he's making a good decision.
Yeah, learning from his brother's mistakes, or unfortunates. I should be saying that Scout. I don't know where you're going, buddy, but
Puppy does keep that one alive, but he did scout this, so he knows it's coming. And now what's he gonna do here? He's he's spamming more knights, because how do you counter Burgrave? Spoiler alert, knights is a way to do it, at least at first. There is a time period where once all those upgrades go through, where feudal age knights get destroyed by the HRE men-at-arms.
I mean, that's the thing as well, right? It's the Burgrave Palace, so it doesn't take that long to actually get those upgrades.
It's getting the gold and having the food income to keep that production, because you still need a good mass. And here comes the castle, couple men-at-arms, castle age upgrade incoming. Will be done in 2 seconds. And now we're going to kind of see how Lucifron's going to try to play this out. I mean, we see Puppy. He's about to go. He's going to be going Castle Age himself. I wonder. He's going to go the Abbey of Trinity with 16 villagers. So he wants to try to, sneak those relics away. And the nice thing is when you do scout the Burgrave as Roos or anything, you're not as paranoid about the relics. Like, yes, if he gets one relic, it's 80 gold per minute. That's really nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, it goes from being like you're kind of monk-ass onto the relics onto like, oh yeah, it's just another civ with relics. It doesn't really matter that much. It's still like, yeah, HRE gets relics that they can put inside of keeps, they can put inside of docks, not on this map, but you can also put inside of on towers, which can then be upgraded. And it's like, yeah, sure, you don't really want to give that to them, but you don't really care.
Yeah, and here's the thing, though. Lucifron, he does have a good. He has 20. he has 25 idle workers right now, not on food. He's going to put them on wood. He did notice it. The food income was looking really good for Lucifron, but it might plummet a little bit as all those sheep ran out. Whereas Puppy, he has all the map. He has all the food on the map. He's got
literally.
Yeah. All these shoreline fish, boars, deer. I would be surprised if we see a single farm from him this game.
Yeah, you would never need to. Lucifron right now in such a terrible position. I think he could be able to sneak this one though if Puppies should be distracted elsewhere. Maybe he should be able to sneak that one out. But yeah, Militia...
He'll be able to get it.
No. Okay, yeah.
Because he has that second Scholar, so he'll just pick it up with that Scholar.
Right? Okay, you should. But yeah, right. Puppypaw is in a super comfortable position right here, right? Lucifron is doing his farm transition, is not able to keep up with the Burger Palace. He's just straight up just not able to produce units right now because he doesn't have the economy for it. Because he's been choked out of everything.
Yep, and this is the downside, and this is what makes it such a good spot for Puppy is he's not struggling for food. He's still at that 1,000 food per minute. Lucifron just needs a lot more farms. He's placing them down, and he'll have a good food income soon. But these men-at-arms are going to die. These men-at-arms over here are going to die, and they didn't really accomplish much. They got one villager kill.
Yeah, I mean, sure, got a villager kill. Did get a lot of space. The question is, will he be able to survive long enough? We do see the warrior monks just slowly but surely taking back some of those relics, taking them away from the HRE. Even with a relic right now, you would not, with a Regnitz Cathedral, the HRE taking only one relic, you're still happy, you're still fine.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Now this tower has arrow slits and a springald. So now it's taking out these men-at-arms. So Lucifron's going to lose 5 men-at-arms. He's going to have lost 1 scholar or prelate, all to 1 wooden fortress. And Puppy saw this, so this prelate is not going to grab that relic.
Yeah. No, this.
And look at that military difference, by the way, 33 to 12. And that's oof.
And it's like it's with the Burger Palace, which you usually are like, oh, you expect to have like a straight up line of just military, just going up in the military graph.
Exactly.
It's not able to sustain that. It's just not happening.
Yep, and more relics are getting grabbed. Here comes the second one for Puppy.
Third.
Is that the third? That's the second.
No, it's the second. I'm blind. Sorry.
I was gonna say I have glasses, but I think you're You're more blind than me this game.
Woohoo.
Jokes aside, yeah, I mean
It's
this
5
wooden
a.m.
this wooden fortress is definitely the when it has more than paid for itself this entire game.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, these men-at-arms, they're not going to do very well against a lot of crossbows, knights, and Puppy's making his own men-at-arms now. Or he was. Now he's just making spears, so I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah, low on food right now, surprisingly, despite having all the food on the map. But we do have some raids coming in here. Just look at all the farms that is just not being worked at all under the Aachen Chapel right now. It's just terrible right now for Lucy.
Yep. Villagers are dying, and yeah, Lucifron calls GG there. He realized, yeah, he... Again, that matchup feels very, very hard for Achery in my experience. I have no idea how you're supposed to play that matchup, so, Lucifron tried what he could, realizes it's over, taps out, and now we're at a tied series. 2-2. The winner of the next game moves on to the second, the semifinals winners bracket.
Yeah, so quickly just checking, who will they meet in... Oh, okay, so the winner will face either Marine Lord or Wham, so it could be a battle of the Canadian Brothers, but it can also be a battle of the... I'm not even going to say that. But the loser will go against... Let me see here. We'll be playing it against Recon, so... Tough battle for even if you win or lose this game.
Yeah, and we'll go over the brackets here after this game as well, so that everyone kind of knows the full status. For starters, Beastie Cutie versus B is guaranteed for tomorrow. That'll obviously be a game we cast.
Yeah.
Or wait,
will be joining
actually no, it is not guaranteed. Sorry, I forgot. BC still has to play Lenok. He has not played Lenok.
I mean, come on.
But we favor Beastie, so.
Come on.
Okay, and here comes the game number 5. Lucifron versus Puppypaw, Ottomans versus Mongols. Oh, this is... As Mongols, you're not feeling happy about this at all. This is a very, very good matchup for the Ottoman Empire. And... Yeah, wait, there's a pause now? This is a replay. Even if you're casting live, you can pause. It's only when you're playing the game you can't pause. And it looks like we're gonna see a. I kind of like that. That is actually pretty smart.
Okay.
I kind of like that.
That one. Okay. I see you, Lucy. Damn. Okay, that's some serious 5-head stuff.
Yeah, because now he has the stone, and now he can place down a. Well, I thought he was gonna do the military school, but I'm not sure what happened there. Wait, did it not? Did he shift click? No, he can make a military school. Okay. I'm not sure what he's doing. Okay, there we go. Military school.
Yeah, okay.
And we do see the barracks coming out from Puppy. So, I mean, this is... Like, Puppy's best chance here... I'm not going to say best chance, but what he wants to do is try to do whatever he can with a tower rush, right? If he can.
Yeah, so... I was... For a while, right, I was disgusting Ottoman one trick, and I was talking a lot with Sassy, right? Shout out to him if he's still in chat. And I think it was Crackly as well who was I was talking with, right? And surprisingly, as still the Ottomans in this matchup, you actually go with the barracks first, and then you go with a military school, which means you are actually able to outproduce the Mongols in terms of spares.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. Like, I know some people, I've heard people talk about that before, and I just don't know if I like that, because that is a heavy investment, right? That's 300 wood that you're spending just to do that, whereas Mongols is just investing 150 wood, and they're getting a spear for free, so it feels like I don't know if that's cost effective or not. It probably is, I'm not sure, but I do know what you're talking about. I don't personally do it, but then again, I haven't played against Mongols in a long time as well.
I mean, it is a very coin flip, right? Because it's like, okay, you're expecting your opponent to spearman rush.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? If they don't go spearman rush, then you've invested it for nothing. And now in this case, you could abuse that by going for the gold, right? But what if the gold spawns right next to the town center? Well, then your spearman can't do anything, and you're just behind. Now, one thing I do
Yeah.
want to take out, this is the first game casted today on Bohemia, and this is probably
Oh,
one of the more unique maps in this tournament, in the fact that there's only 2 stone croppings in the entire map for each side. So for Mongols, you know, funnily enough, I don't think it's the best Mongol map because of it, right? But I see Mongols played on this map all the time. Puppy knows this only has 2 stone croppings. He knows what he's getting when he picked this map, so... oh, and he almost got a villager kill there with the 2 spearmen as well. Close, but not close enough.
yeah, and this is basically like it is. I want to say a half-arsed. Oh my gosh, it's getting late.
Yeah, half
Just
hour
spearman push.
tower. Yeah, because there's
Yeah,
not really
but
any. There's no towers or anything. He's not trying to.
yeah, but look at the idle time, the forced micro that Lucifron is being
Oh
put through, right? He doesn't mind because
no,
he's
he
such a good
does.
player.
He doesn't
Yeah,
have
but the micro,
gold.
the micro he doesn't mind, but the gold right now, oh
Yeah,
no,
he doesn't
this
have enough to age up, and actually, Puppypaw, he's aging up first, despite investing a bit more into these spears, right? Because he didn't invest in any spears. Lucifron, he got these for free, so
yeah, and you can
that
choose
feels
to
good.
make more. You can make them so much quicker as well.
Yeah, so Puppy's going to be feeling good about this. Now, Lucifron is going to get the gold from this. I don't think these spears will be able to stop that. But that's such a late age up. It's 4:20 in the game. I mean, he's not going to be able to age up for another 5 seconds.
Yeah, sounds about right. And even then, you're gonna be taking a lot of time to actually age it up because, well, you don't really want to force it up, but you kind of have to because you need to make archers, but you also need to get the archers, and it's like,
Ooh, I do not like the placement of this landmark.
yeah, we've
For
started moving away from twin minaret madrasa placement, but that one is
this one, yeah, it's super far forward. He wants it back here so he has it in a secure spot. And it also kind of blocks, if you want to put a blacksmith here, well, now you can't because that kind of blocks it. So you have to put the blacksmith here. Like, archers can now take this down without taking town center fire. In general, this could bite him in the butt. But we'll see.
Yeah, 8 spearmen on the field right now for Puppypaw, and one of them even pushing deer, something that's usually reserved for someone else. But ooh, okay, so
Gets the con.
yeah, Lucifron gave up that position. I'm not too sure if he actually got the bounty, but he did delete that mill. So, but he still was able to chew through 2 deers, I want to say, on the top side there.
And it looks like Puppy's going for a second TC here. He's got 15 villagers on wood. He's got making no military production, so we're gonna see a 2 TC play by Puppy here.
Yeah, I could even see 3 town center. I want to say it was Crackety who really figured out and popularized the build of just going deer stones and then just spamming town centers because you do have the wheelbarrow and
Crackety does like that build. I think it has a lot of weaknesses though. I think it's especially against Ottomans. If you do that against Ottomans, I mean Ottomans can just they're military schools. They can just go. They can do whatever they want. Do they want to go fast castle? They can, and your castle age is going to be super late. And villager lead isn't going to matter as much when you have 50 castle age units down your throat when you don't have much military.
But hey, you can evacuate, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah, doesn't matter, but if you notice, the only gold on the map for Puppy is here. If this ever got denied, Puppy would have to sneak on the map somewhere to hopefully get gold.
Yeah, and good luck on that, right? It's so far out. But the only saving grace well, I wouldn't say the saving grace, but Lucifron, it takes some time to actually be able to defend off of the spearman push area because he's not immediately investing into an archery range. He invested into a blacksmith first, he then went into archery range. He could have gotten one sooner by potentially having this military school onto archers, but he really wants to get those spearmen out.
Yeah,
did he?
There's that second
okay.
TC.
So he did go the Vizier point to actually get the...
Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if that was a misclick. And the reason why I wonder if that was a misclick is what do these imams benefit at this point in the game? Because he's not close to Castle Age, right? If we notice, he's barely gathered any gold.
He doesn't have a mining camp, so... but I want to say, in a spearman battle, in a very heavy melee battle,
Yeah, I mean, in a melee battle, sure, but you're not expecting to get into that at this stage in the game. I mean, it's probably not a misclick, but it just feels like such a weird choice. Like, if you're going fast castle, I understand it. But in a feudal war, like, they don't even heal that fast. Even with the AoE healing, it's not like they heal very fast. They got the 50% nerf like every other healing unit. So, I don't really like it, but I would have rather seen the sheep landmark if he was going to do that, or the sheep one, because he has almost no food income, actually. He's only got 4 villagers on food at the moment, and they're all on the berries.
Yeah, they do gather faster than normal berries, which is worth noting. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, Meter in this situation probably wouldn't be better either. So I do think Imams honestly is kind of just the best situation you have because you can take a longer extended fight against the Mongols.
Maybe. I think I would have gone the sheep. Did Lucy scout the 2TC? I don't think so.
Not yet.
I haven't seen him across the map with the scout. Well, his scout did come back, so he might have. I'm not entirely sure. But we do see Lucifron. He's got 23 villagers on wood. Like, he's got a lot of villagers on wood. So he maybe is going to go... I don't think he's going to 2TC. He's just getting all his production out, I guess.
Yeah, I do think the guys that are just collecting stone right now is probably just going to pull it off and have when he...
Yep, he
the,
just wanted
100 stone.
Yep.
Yeah, so when he gets the Vizier point to actually be able to upgrade or get another military school slot, you'll just build that one. You know, while you're already there, just
no, yeah, that's typically how you want to do. That's a very smart Ottoman play. You get enough for that 3rd military school, and then you pull off. And now we're going to kind of see... I mean, Puppy is making units, so he's not sticking to feudal age. Or, I'm sorry, he's not fast castling or anything. He is aware of what his opponent's doing. He sees the feudal age aggression. And this can be tough to hold as Mongols, by the way. Because with military schools and all these production buildings, you know, Ottomans can really just pump out units. But the one thing I will state for Lucifron is he does only have 4 spears. So, you know, if Puppy's able to get a bunch of horsemen, he might be able to take a really good fight.
yeah, and here's the thing, right? If you do position correctly with these imams, like possibly Puppypaw will have a larger archer mass, like he doesn't have right now. But if it happens, those imams will be doing such a huge job on actually being able to heal them and extend the life and extend the damage of the archer mass that Ottomans has.
Yep.
And he has the Metro as well right now, so getting that attack speed, it's just...
Yeah, so now here's the question. He's getting siege engineering. He does have the wood for rams. He has seen the 2nd TC, so he'll never be able to kill this with rams because if you don't know, you can repack and rams cannot hit this. So that is the nice thing.
Still, Lucifron is getting so much pressure out of this, though, right? Because as we talked about earlier, gold Puppypaw smiley face. He has gotten 1 upgrade through, has a 2nd one is on the way in the blacksmith, so he will at least have that for the fight going forward. But
yeah.
other than that, he is completely locked out.
And that's what this is going to come down to. Now, if Lucifron recognizes this, right, what he could do, in theory, is just hold this position and go castle. Now, I don't think he's going to do that, and I don't even know if that's the right play. It's just that's something that could be a potential, because it is hard to push into 2 town centers, plus all these units, right? Puppy has 29 or 32 archers, but Lucifron has 37. And he has the support unit as the Meter. I think that's how you said it.
Yeah, so Meter and Imam. And here comes the Rams as well. So.
Actually cancels it, decides to pull back.
But yeah, so it's super tough right now, right? So Lucifron, the archer mass from both sides here is absolutely huge. This side, Lucifron, are we gonna make the Rams or not?
I wonder if he's... Yeah, I mean, I actually don't disagree with him canceling, because I think he realizes, he sees this army. He's not going to be able to ram this down. It's a very difficult fight to take.
Yeah, it's also the fact that instead of making that ram, he just wants to keep archer mass superiority, because if he does make that ram, it means that he will no longer be able to make archers. So he just needs to keep that up. And, you know, the hesitation there, you can already see it paid off, right, for Puppypaw, because they're now pretty much equal in archer numbers. And that is just a small hesitation there.
Yeah, and the other thing is, don't forget about reinforcements, right? You know, for Lucifron, they have to go all the way across the map. So even if he has more archers, which he doesn't, he has to go all the way across the map before they meet, whereas puppies come out within seconds. So, oh, and these do not have the meta support. Oh, he's caught.
No.
And he has no
Lucifron.
spearmen. He only has 4 spearmen.
There's just a couple of spearmen here. The Imam's not getting in on the work now. It's being sniped out here. Huge or very good micro here from Puppypaw. Is able to take down the Sipahi. Is just getting one shot. They're not surviving for that long. They're not able to do the tanking on the front side. Their meta going down, so the support is just gone. Puppypaw now has a huge army superiority here. The army is just too big. The archers needs to be running away. And now, where does Lucifron go from this? He's going up to the next stage, but can he hold long enough?
So that's the problem, right? He went Castle Age, but what's the problem? He lost his whole army. By the time he gets over there, he's going to be idle. He's not going to be gathering gold. He doesn't have a lot of gold, so he's not going to really be able to gather much, make any knights. And he lost his imams. So those didn't really, like I said, they didn't really produce anything. So Puppy's going to push here. This Castle Age will finish. But Puppy's also going to probably look for Castle Age now, too. He's got 1,000 food per minute coming in, and he's got 15 villagers on gold.
Yeah.
18 villagers on gold.
It's the thing, right? If you click on the MIA, it will take 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It will take even longer. It will take 3 minutes because he doesn't have a blacksmith here.
Yep.
And there's no way Lucifron can hold this.
B versus Vortex was earlier today, Kaiser. It is in the VOD if you want to watch it. It was a good series. Yeah, so like these archers are just going to completely idle this entire economy. He has to scramble, go over here, and look at this. We have more units coming from the right-hand side. These villagers have been caught. They're dead. They're not going to make it out of this world. And now Lucifron is, it's one thing that is just. I feel like Lucifron just went pure archers and he couldn't match the numbers of Puppy, and Puppy now has a 21 villager lead. He's going to be going Castle Age here now as well with the step readout, and there's really not much of an advantage right now for... let me rephrase that. There is no advantage for Lucifron. He's pushing across the map.
I mean, he needs to find a timing to be actually to find something. He can't. I don't see where he can do this. Like, yeah, he can probably like delay, maybe stop even. There's a lot of archers here.
Nah, it's too late.
Yeah, okay, never mind. It's gonna go up. The effect of gathering gold won't have anything. It will maybe make a knight or two. That's about it, really. But it doesn't need to. The archers from Puppypaw, they're running across the map, speeding, trying to get in on the action as well.
Oh, and is he gonna dive this town center? I think this is a huge mistake if he does this.
I mean, he needs to try to get something, but he needs to get out quickly as well, because the archer mass once again from Puppypaw, it's right behind him. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That archer mass is coming. And I don't think either player has upgraded archers. They don't. They both have feudal age archers at the moment. So these archers aren't even having an advantage, and they're just going to be killed. So he's going to lose all these archers. His military is going to plummet. And yes, he's going to have a mangonel by the time Puppy can push. And he has some lancers. And that's about the only advantage he's going to have for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, these archers might get away, maybe. Nope.
No.
And Lucifron calls GG.
Wow. Good game, Puppy. Wow.
I will say this is a bad matchup for Mongols, but I think Puppy played it well. And I think this it's one of those things, I feel like whenever I see Lucifron or Vortex play Ottomans, it feels like they don't, I don't know,